I feel like I have like a supplement pill stuck in my chest. Hey guys, welcome to today's vlog. I'm excited for this video because I am doing something really different than what I usually do on my channel. So just to be completely transparent, the last couple weeks have been really hard. It's been stressful in a lot of ways. I've been feeling a lot of pressure in certain ways. You know, there's health challenges, those things. And basically a lot of things in life are just really serious. And I just decided, you know what? I am going to do something fun. And I'm going to do things that bring me joy and just change it up a little bit. Yeah, thought I'd change it up today and do something fun. Something different. So this morning I was like, okay, I'm gonna film something fun. And I just Googled and came up with a YouTube tag, 50 questions you've never been asked. So I have looked through a couple of these and let me just say, it's an interesting list of questions. We're just gonna do it. So you'll get to know me a little bit better, I guess. I know there's a lot of newer subscribers to the channel, so you can get to know me better. It'll be fun. In case you want the questions for any reason, they'll be linked below. Number 1, what's your favorite candle scent? Well, actually, I don't use candles, or at least not anymore. I choose not to use anything with artificial fragrances in it. So really more I do things like diffusing essential oils to replace candles. I have found a couple eco-friendly, natural, fragrancy somehow candles before, but back in the day, whenever I did use fragrance stuff and shop at places like, what is it called? Bath and Body Works, right? I think so. Yeah, the place with all like millions of flavors and scents. It's ridiculous. I'd get anything pumpkin. Love pumpkin. I know that makes me sound really basic, but I have always loved pumpkin. Always. I'm sorry, I love pumpkin. It's not pumpkin spice lattes. It's everything else pumpkin. Pumpkin spice lattes are fine, but it's like pumpkin. Pumpkins smell. I remember having like an air freshener, like at Bath and Body Works, they make it so specific. It was like pumpkin spice pecan waffle. Pumpkin spice pecan waffle is my favorite candle scent, I guess. Okay, moving on. What female celebrity do you wish was your sister? I don't know. I love my sisters. I don't want a female celebrity to be my sister. This is a really important question. I feel like I need to go on Instagram and find a celebrity. Okay, so I don't wish any female celebrity was my sister, but when I was young, my favorite child actress was Anna Sophia Robb. Her first ever movie was Samantha and American Girl Holiday. She later went on to do movies like Soul Surfer, and Bridge to Terabithia. All those are good movies. What male celebrity do you wish was your brother? What is with these questions? Yeah, these are questions I have never been asked before. I also really liked Josh Hutcherson, who was in Bridge to Terabithia, but I don't think I wish he'd be my brother. You can tell that I'm a little too old for these questions. How old do you think you'll be when you get married? I'm guessing I was 20 when I got married. If you don't know, I've been married for almost 2 years. Yay. Do you know a hoarder? I don't think so. Can you do a split? I used to when I danced. How old were you when you first learned to ride a bike? That's not really interesting. Probably like 5 or 6. But they're good memories though. I remember my dad taking us to a tennis court and riding around and learning to ride a bike. That was anticlimactic. But memes, you know, good memes. Okay, I'm skipping some of these because they're pretty boring. How many countries have you been to? I have been to Mexico twice. Once for a mission trip, once for a vacation. I've been to Ecuador once for a mission trip. And I've been to Australia a couple times, like 3 times. I love Australia. Australia is like my favorite place in the world. But I don't think I've been anywhere else. Skipping some. What would you name your daughter if you had one? I don't know if I can say out loud. Not that I'm having a baby anytime soon, but I can answer what would you name your son if you had one? Because some of you may know that we will have a son named James Cyril Meehan the fourth, because James is the third, so I'll name him the fourth. I love getting to pass that name down, but like the day after we got engaged, I was like, what are we gonna call our son? Like, I can't call him James, and your dad is Jim, and he like, do you wanna call him Jimmy? And he was like, no, not Jimmy. So I was like, okay, do you wanna call him JJ, like James Jr.? He's like, no, that's terrible. So I was like, well, what are we gonna call him? He's like, Mandy, we'll call him Quattro. And yep, that's so what he says, and yep, so Quattro, or James. Skipping some, what was your favorite TV show when you were a child? Probably for the longest period of time was Arthur. I love Arthur. Every single day, like Monday through Friday, all my siblings would gather together at, what was it, like 3:30 p.m. and we would bring in the animal crackers, bring in the cheddar bunnies, and watch Arthur every day for a long time. Up until like high school, I had seen every episode. As a kid, like if I were to live in another world, I wanted to live in Elwood City with Arthur. What did you dress up on Halloween when you were 8? Very specific. Well, I didn't. I actually have never dressed up for Halloween. That's actually wrong. Well, when I was really little, we did something called Neowalla, which is Halloween spelled backwards, at our church. And I was like really little, and I was dressed up as a clown. I know, the scariest thing you can have dressed up as, but I was a really cute clown. But yeah, that was just something that we just didn't really do. Have you ever read any of the Harry Potter Hunger Games or Twilight series? Never Harry Potter or Twilight, but I did read Hunger Games. I read the first 2 really fast, but when I got to the third one, I really quickly, I got to a point maybe midway through where I was just done. I was like, this is depressing. I don't get why people like this anymore. I don't see this going anywhere good, so I just stopped. But I got through the first 2 really quick. Would you rather have an American accent or a British accent? Having grown up in Oklahoma and living in Oklahoma, probably most practical and makes the most sense for me to have an American accent, but we all know British accents are the coolest. So maybe I should just change now. It's not too late. I can just go British. Did your mother go to college? Yes, she did. Have you ever taken karate lessons? I totally wanted to at some point, but dance took the main priority. What's the first amusement park you've ever been to? Probably Frontier City. It's like a smaller spin-off of Six Flags. One of my favorite theme parks is actually Legoland. I love Legoland. It's really cool. One time when I was in Legoland, we got stuck on a roller coaster at the very end, and we had to wait on the roller coaster while everything was closing. It was awesome. Like, I thought it was amazing. I'm like making friends with the people on the little carts next to me. We're like singing songs and telling jokes and taking pictures. And we weren't like upside down or anything, so that's also a plus. We were like at the very end, so. My feet are completely asleep. Do you spell the color as gray with an E or gray with an A? I think gray with an E is more of the British spelling, so I do that one to be, you know, because of the British accent and everything, I'm going full British. Well, if I don't sit on my knees, I'm down super low. I'll just film from down here from now on. Is your father bald? He is not bald. Interesting question, YouTube tag thingy. He still has a pretty full head of hair, so. Do you know triplets? These are so random. I do know triplets, but I only know 2 out of the 3. Does that count? Maybe they're not really triplets. Maybe it's all alike because I've never seen the third one. This is a good one. Do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? I've never seen either of them. Don't hate me. I feel like I should hide or something now. People usually yell at me when I say that. I feel like people were so into The Notebook that I just kind of decided that I'm just gonna be different and not ever watch it. Which my husband loves it, so he's talked about making me watch it sometimes. We'll see. Have you ever had Indian food? Yes, it's delicious. I love it. What's the name of your favorite restaurant? The Real Cafe. It's probably my favorite restaurant right now because it's all yummy, organic, gluten-free deliciousness. All grass-fed, pasture-raised. It makes my heart so happy. Have you ever been to Olive Garden? Yes. I mean, as a kid, Olive Garden was amazing. That unlimited breadsticks, are you kidding me? Like, I would go to town. I would eat all the breadsticks. But now, no thank you. What would your parents have named you if you were the opposite gender? I think Grant. I think that was the plan. If you have a nickname, what is it? Well, this is a fun fact. My name isn't really Mandy. I mean, it basically is. My full name is Amanda, and I just go by Mandy, and I always have. No one ever calls me Amanda except for sometimes my older sister when she's mad. I sign it on paperwork, but that's about it. My dad had a lot of funny nicknames for me growing up. Sometimes they call me stuff like Techno Mandy. There's a backstory to that. Mandy Mouse, Mandy Mandino. Joy, my sister, would call me Mandorito, Mandarin Orange, Dandy Mandy. There is a lot. Did I say Mandino? That was a big one. There's a lot of them. People used to call me Mand, and that would drive me crazy because I thought it sounded like man. Mandy's fine. Who's your favorite person in the world? My husband's my favorite person in the world. My favorite human. Would you rather live in a rural, I can't say that word, rural area or the suburbs? As much as I love the idea of the country, I really like living close to a grocery store. That's all I need to say about that. Can you whistle? It's a good question. Let me try. I used to be able to a little bit. Did you hear it? So basically no. Do you sleep with a nightlight? No, because that messes with your sleep health, with your circadian rhythm. You want to have a dark room. We're getting into health tips now. I try to keep all the light away. Do you take any pills or medication daily? Lol. Yep. What medical conditions do you currently have? It's funny, they say that these are questions that you've never been asked, but that is a question that I get asked all the time. Have you ever seen Finding Nemo? How is this a question? Has anyone not seen Finding Nemo? If so, that is a problem. Where do you buy your jeans? Lately, Express and American Eagle, in case you were wondering. But really, I mostly just wear leggings right now. Do you usually remember your dreams in the morning? Yes, pretty much always. I have great dreams. That's part of why I look forward to going to sleep, because I have really interesting and vivid dreams. I'm thinking of my dream from last night right now. It's kind of crazy. My dreams are like movies, and a lot of times I'm like a superhero in my dreams. Like I have powers, not gonna lie. What flavor tea do you enjoy? All of them. Really, there's not a lot of teas that I don't like. How many pairs of shoes do you currently own? Probably not as many as my husband. Just saying. I don't know. What religion will you raise your children to practice? Instead of raising them to a religion, we hope to raise them to find a relationship with Jesus. So, almost done. How old were you when you found out, my foot's completely asleep, that Santa wasn't real? So, my parents, I don't think they ever told me that Santa was real. I think my mom would tell us about St. Nicholas and how he was a wonderful Christian man and how he did all these great and generous things for kids, and kind of told us how that turned into the tale of Santa. So yeah, I don't ever remember believing. I remember my siblings telling my cousin that Santa wasn't real, and then my cousins yelling and crying, telling them that they're gonna get coal in their stockings. The last question is a question I have never been asked. Why do you have a Tumblr? I think I technically have a Tumblr, but I haven't used it since the day I created it like 10 years ago. I don't get why that question is on here. Next time I need to have you submit the questions, and they will be better fun questions, but I don't know, that was kind of interesting. Well, that was a random video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun for me, it was different. I plan on filming the video talking about dynamic neural retraining systems soon, and hopefully getting a chance to sit down and film the Q&A with my husband, James. I know a lot of you like seeing food, recipes and stuff. Hopefully we'll get that more of those to you soon. Anyways, thank you for watching today's video. I hope it made you smile, 'cause that's what today is all about. I am ridiculous. I will see you in the next video. Bye!